My name is Willie Anderson, and in 1998 I was brought in to carry out an independent survey as an architect on the condition of this property and the causes of the problems on behalf of the tenant and their son. The tenants have lived in this house since November 1961, and since 1998 up to the present day an extensive dossier has been compiled on the property factored by Linstone. A close examination of the documents between the tenant and Linstone reveal a catalogue of denials and evasions on the merits of this case. The latest position has resulted with agreement that a schedule of works is to be carried out and the tenants temporarily decanted, under the guise of a home improvement scheme where the tenant is liable for all costs less £50 per room to redecorate and carpet the entire property. The tenant has been given a period of time to complete these works before being forced back into their own home. The tenant also has to determine the extent of the works and obtain quotations and complete these works within the allocated time. One has to ask the question, even reading Linstone's vague description of works, what will be the final extent of the works? I am sure the nature of the works constitutes a virtual full refurbishment of the property, and as such the tenant should not be liable for the redecoration or fitting out costs, as the factors have evaded these responsibilities for at least 10 years. The tenants are a retired couple in their 70s who both suffer an ill health and, in my opinion, not unrelated to the extensive areas of mould in all the rooms throughout the house, has not been helped by a quick resolution of this case. Linstone are the factors of the property, who are a constituted body with clear set down guidelines on how and how quickly they are meant to respond to tenant complaints, and clearly they have failed miserably to comply with their own maintenance and repair manual. There are likely to be other properties of this type in a similar situation, and we would be pleased to hear from anyone who is having difficulties in getting problems resolved or dealt with. I feel, as do the tenants and their son, that this situation where people have to live under these conditions, particularly with all the legislation and health and safety regulations currently in place, can exist. We have come a long way from the arguments in the 1970s over dampness in the Gorbals, where inappropriate design, not poor ventilation, was the culprit. Today, a more direct approach is required, and it is our belief that a public inquiry into the management and structure of Linstone and other official bodies who refuse to enforce legislation where all tenants can benefit equally from current building standards.